Hello, for this activity, we are going to speak about the 4-day work week, the well-being and productivity of employees by Ashley Gutierrez. What is a 4-day work week, you may ask? Well, a 4-day work week is a scheduling strategy where employees work fewer days, typically 32 hours, across a 4-day instead of a traditional 40-hour week with no reduction or pay. As a lot of us adulting, we have worked in the corporate America and we have to work 5 days a week. So why make it a little different and work for a company that only offers us 4 days and we have a long weekend? Well, you may ask, why is this important? Let me explain why. A 4-day work week offers numerous benefits, such as including increased productivity, improved employee well-being. Employees are more focused and productive during their compressed workdays, higher output and better quality of work. The extra days off can reduce stress and improve sleep and resulting in happier and healthier employees. This is very important because as working 5 days a week, we only have 2 days to ourselves. So why not have now 3 days and then get to enjoy more of our favorite hobbies? Let's get into the recruiting and retaining talent. As a corporation, involving a 4-day work week into a company will be a big game changer, especially for millennials and the Gen Z currently working in the job market. This positions a company as forward-thinking, modern, and people-centered. It shows that the company cares about their employees and wants their employees to not just be involved in work, but also have a personal time to enjoy the things they like to do. Employees report increased loyalty and engagement. This shows that employees will be in the company longer and will like to continue their careers there. It also helps retain working parents, caregivers, and employees with side passions like education, going back to school, expanding their careers, also volunteering, helping out the community, and also investing more time in their hobbies, into their fitness, into getting better at personal hobbies, or just being better for themselves to improve and get their minds off other stressful things at work. Let's get a little in depth more about cost. When new hires start at a new company, it isn't just paying their wage, but it's also the training cost. So with having less employees, that means there will be a lower turnover, meaning a lower hiring rate, but also less money being spent on training costs. Also, fewer sick days. Less people will call out because they have more time to themselves to spend more time doing things they love. They're also more productive in their work environment, while also being less burnt out, which is very important to remind that it's not just about all work, it's also about doing things you love. Also, companies that have already incorporated 4-day work weeks, according to the Global Pilot, they saw a 35% increase in revenue and reduced absence in employees, which is a perfect example why a 4-day work week should be applied. Finally, it also helps employers compete without just raising salaries. Someone's always going to choose a 4-day work week rather than working 5 days a week. So the company is always going to bring more employees in by just having a 4-day work week, not just a salary the employee is going to make. Let's get a little more in depth into the legal and compliance regulations. While it's still not being illegal, a 4-day work week must still comply with the wage and labor laws. Overtime laws apply to hourly employees, and they can't skip paying time and a half if hours exceed 40 hours, which is very important. So this is very beneficial if employees are able to exceed the 40 hours in a 4-day work week. Some states also require payout of accrued vacation, unlimited PTO models, and can clash with a 4-day model. Employees' classifications must remain compliant with the FSLA. Sharing the change. The way a company can share the change, it can be in many different ways. This benefit can't succeed without clear and consistent communication, but here's how it can. You can set expectations around deliverables and availability for the employees. Managers must model the schedule and avoid back-channeling work into off days. And they can also include it in the offer letters, onboarding, and team meetings, where it can definitely have employees want to get on board with this new plan. The result. The 4-day work week is more than a perk, but it's actually a business strategy for the company. For the new modern workforce with millennials and Gen Z in the job market right now. It boosts morale, cuts costs, and it strengthens recruitment. But not only that, it does lead to happier employees and a stronger business performance overall. Lastly, the future of work isn't more work, it's better work in a fewer hours.